Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we've been following LUNC's price action quite a bit here, and I was following it very closely leading up to that major breakout that we had. So we're going to be looking into the price again. We're going to look at the historical data as to what led to the last pump, what we're kind of looking for to happen again. Now, before we get into this, something really interesting is this bonk token, coin, whichever you want to call it. I think it's moved up by like 10,000%. It's insane just how substantial these gains are on some of these meme coins. And everybody laughs about meme coins, but it's probably where most of the major gains are made in crypto at this point. It's insane if someone, I can't even fathom what it would feel like to get a 10,000% gain, so to speak, something silly like that. It's just, who knows what the bull run's going to bring for us all, right? Folks, let me know below what's been like your craziest gain that you've ever seen in crypto since you've been about. Let me know what crypto it was specifically that led to this substantial gain. So let's jump over to TradingView. Now, like I was saying, I was covering this quite closely before, and like I said, if you haven't been listening here, I did a video pretty much explaining about the Doji Dragonfly candle that prints out at certain points, which can give us sort of idea as to what's going to be happening with the price action. Now, this is the previous pump. As we can see here, there's a decent flag played out. And as this flag was playing out, you're really looking for something to break that downtrend, because that's what a flag is. It's a downtrend. And at some point, there's either going to be a continuation upwards or it's going to lose support and it's going to head on downwards. Good for us. That didn't happen. We saw substantial gains. I think it's around 400%, 480 pushing it, depending on where you measure from on that all-time low. So what happened was you had this flag, you've seen the bulge, and normally what happens is there's like an Elliott wave, and it normally happens to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that was what I was tracking. You can go back, you can look at my previous videos, and it's kind of a reason to subscribe here, because being so interwoven with this coin, we can really sort of measure out what's going on chain-wise to what's going on externally, and the whole idea of using BTC as your momentum to release news and sort of chase this whole idea of user retention. So without further ado, let's get on to what's going on currently. So what's happened is we've had this very major breakout. I've got a few fans here, which back then I was predicting as to where this was kind of going to go. But what we're seeing currently and possibly is a breakout of this flag formation that's been forming. And this is good. This is what we want to see. And what I've been saying is this 30,000 points per coin range is probably a good area to target to begin with. The trajectory looks currently, if we was to just keep tracking out of this, it looks like it could head up this way. And you're probably thinking to yourself, how long until this sort of formation could play out again, similar to this? And realistically, this went from around the 23rd, I would say, and then really starting to break out around the 25th. So this could be a situation where it plays out for a couple of days. You keep seeing it. To you, it could look like it's still sort of falling, but to me, this is starting to become a very clear uptrend and a possible breakout of this falling formation, which is a bear flag. It's a bull flag. God, I've had such a long day, folks. It's so hard working an in real life job and doing everything else and keeping up to date with everything. Sometimes my mind gets so lost with things. Now, with all of this being said, right, I'm not a technical advisor. I don't have a crystal ball or anything like that. I'm just simply letting you know how I'm feeling, what I'm tracking and what I'm seeing, what's going on. And this is kind of looking like strong support that we could possibly have a breakout. And what we're going to be looking for is some sort of candlestick to give us, right, to give us an idea that this breakout could be happening. And you're going to say to yourself, well, what about a Doji Dragonfly, Jay? And I'm going to say to you, well, there's a little one here, which is very interesting that it has printed this. And since it's printed this, I've become more certain that we're going to break out of this and we're going to move upwards. And I'm banking on this as a trade that I'm going to be playing out once again and really sort of using these positions to take profit. And I think this is something that everybody fails to do. Yes, it could continue going upwards, but eventually it has to stop. It has to come back down. It has to do a falling downtrend to then have a continuation or move downwards for a lower support level for me, like I was saying, this is a clear signal seeing one of these doji dragonflies. And some people who do technical TNAs, long pause, God, such a long day. Some people do TNAs, you know, depending on what's going on, they look at things a little bit differently. They'll look at what led up to it and stuff like that. You know, I'm not a genius. I'm definitely not a professional at this, but this is looking strong. It's looking good. And this is good for our community because there's a lot of different things going on. I think something's becoming made more and more aware is that our chain is for like everybody to work. And that's the idea of introducing this paid per job module, getting that built out. So then no one can sit there and say to themselves, well, I can't work on the chain. Anybody can work on the chain at that point. The hopeful sort of future for this sort of thing is to introduce it fully broader to everybody, so anybody can post jobs and get things worked on, and sort of introducing a Fiverr based market into our blockchain. So let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you think this is possibly going to be a decent breakout this time, if we're going to move on up. Let me know your price predictions. Let me know what you think in general. But that's all I've got for this one. I want to keep it short. I want to keep it sweet. I want to keep this one sort of where it is. Stay safe, folks. Stay humble. Stay aware. And as always, we'll catch you in the next one.